Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're so welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. My name is Jemima Okai. I'm a public speaker and a confidence coach. If you allow me, I can be your internet bestie and sister. If you also allow me, I can coach you to become confident so that you can fearlessly live purposefully. Right. And so in today's video, we are going to, explore a very deep concept when it comes to identity. I'm all about identity because I believe that when you understand who you are, now building upon it with other things becomes easier and simpler. Okay, so identity is like the foundation. When it's well dug and it's well laid, building, you don't really worry yourself about the building or the laying of the blocks. Do you understand? So it's important, and I want you all to understand very well who you are. And so we got a question, and I would want to answer that. And the question says that how can I redefine myself beyond the beliefs I was given as a child? That's a deep question. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is somebody who is thinking deeply, you know. And or another way to go about the question is it says, how can I let go of my past that is hurting my self image? Okay, so certain experiences of ourselves from our childhood, our formative years, all contribute to who we think we are. And our identity becomes at stake when these foundations are not realigned to our proper identity as our manufacturer has given us. And so today I just want to know for us to explore or for us to answer this question together. One thing that you should know is that as a baby, wherever you are born becomes your environment, and we are shaped by our parents and the people we encounter growing up, and the food, the language we speak, the culture we associate with, and all that we believe is our identity are all acquired. They are acquired taste. That is why one human being, you can be born in Ghana, you'll be growing up, you would now be raised in another country, and quickly you realize that the person has now acquired a different personality, a different identity. That's why somebody will say, I'm born in Ghana, raised in Nigeria, raised in USA, because the person is telling you that who I have become is as a result of all this environment that I find myself in. And the interesting thing is that um as we are growing, as we are growing from being babies to adulthood, teenage years, adulthood, we our experiences, the what our family passes on to us are consolidated, and we form our identity based on the imposition of parents, of our family, of educational system, of our society. And so those things are all the things that you know um impact in our identity. Do you understand? And so it is important for us to now uncover those things and be able to tell which part of ourselves are as a result of our formative years and the things that we picked up. And for your family, your parents to impose a certain belief on you, there's a psychological concept we call it in identity development, and it's called identity foreclosure. Identity foreclosure. And it is a concept, like I said, it's a psychological concept in identity development where a person commits to an identity, whether for your career or your beliefs or values, based on what your parents, based on what your family, based on what the um your environment has imposed on you without allowing you to explore other options. Do you understand? Your identity is key because identity foreclosure then becomes a concept that it's very important for us to understand, because we begin to pick up those things, we begin to believe those things that they tell us just because those are the immediate things around us. And we are not given the opportunity to explore and say that, oh, This part of it I don't like. It doesn't associate with who my manufacturer says I am. And sometimes we get ourselves locked in it to the point where we become adults, even parents, before we realize that that life that we were living, even though it gives us a sense of stability, it really doesn't give us satisfaction that we deserve, or we really want, or that truly reflects our desires. Hope you understand. So the identity foreclosure, or the imposition of identity, whether career, belief, or culture, by your parents or your environment to you, most times people realize that it doesn't give them the satisfaction that they really desire. It doesn't make them do the things that they really want. That is why we have people who are into the legal profession and they later realize that, although the legal profession is going to give me a stable lifestyle, is going to give me a particular lifestyle and a particular a level playground for me to, relate with people in the society, it's not giving me that deep satisfaction. I think I want to be a cook. So that's when people move from being a lawyer, being a banker, to a cook or to a business person, because they realize that those things give them more satisfaction than their stable lifestyle that was imposed on them. Hope you understand. And when you begin to live life based on what people have sold onto you, you don't get the desired results that you want out of life. You're not always happy. You're always on the earth. And it's like you are pushing through so many obstacles, because every day it's a fight. And every day you are doing something that you really don't love. Although you may be good at it because you have trained yourself to learn it and become a better person in it. And these things shapes your self-image and your paradigm. Okay, and the paradigm you have about yourself, and we said that your paradigm is the set of beliefs or pattern that you live your life. And your paradigm, like I said, is shaped by the things that you have consciously accepted as the best, like the stable lifestyle that your parents pushed on you. And it affects your intellect, mind. And school teaches us, give us valuable knowledge, and helps us to, form our intuition, our will, our imagination, our memory, and all that. But the problem about school is that it doesn't teach us how to change those old paradigms that we have grown up with. I hope you understand. School does not show us how to change those old models. Like, for instance, if a child has a poor self image, you realize that it will affect their grades in school, right? So, if your child is not performing well, you dig deeper into the cause of that, you realize that it's a low self image that your child is suffering from. And one quote that my coach keeps on mentioning and really resonates with this conversation is by our that's Robert Buckminster Fuller. He says that never change things by fighting the old model. Okay, don't fight the existing reality, but change something by building a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Hope you understand. Never change an existing model by fighting it. To change something, you must build a new model that will make the existing one obsolete. And it's so true in such a way that sometimes the stable life that your parents have chose for you, you don't need to fight it, because they are thinking about you. Every parent want the best for their child. What you have to do is that you have to build a new model for yourself. Now you are an adult. Now you know what is right and wrong. Now you can make decisions for yourself. Now start building a new paradigm for yourself. Start taking new things into your conscious mind. Start thinking about things that are in line with your innate being or your understanding of who you are and your self image. Okay, so if your environment has made you to feel like you are not good enough for a particular thing, but deep down within you, you know that you can attempt it. Now start going to it. That's when you innovate yourself. You move yourself, you create a new paradigm for yourself. So you begin to grow a new self-image. And the more you grow that new self-image, the old things becomes like obsolete. They no more are able to function and determine how you see yourself. So you have to now desire and be willing to do the work that will help you build this new self image. And one way you can do is to have a vivid written expression of how you feel about yourself, the desirable things about yourself. Like, now that you've understood that your self image is as a result of what the manufacturer says, now sit down and think about it, meditate on who your manufacturer says you are. Okay, who God says you are. If God says that you are a light on the hill and you cannot be hidden, that is the new paradigm. Begin to think about it. How can I be a light on the hill that can never be hidden? If your manufacturer, that is God, says that you are a salt on the earth, okay, and the earth needs your salt. And what is salt used for? Salt is used for preservation. Salt is used to make things tastier. So it means that you are on this earth, and your contribution, your existence, is going to make the world tastier, and is going to also preserve the world. So you see, you don't have to look down upon yourself. And even God says that He has even bought you with like priceless. Okay, so you begin to accept the new image God has for you, and you have a written, vivid description of it. So as you write it down, your left and right brains are engaged. Another time I'll teach about how your left and right brains, work together when things are written down. And when you write it down, your emotions are attached to it. Okay, and that's this how you move it from your conscious mind into your subconscious mind, and you begin to have a new paradigm, that is a new set of beliefs about you, a new self-image, and you begin to live the real life, the true life your manufacturer, that is God, has built for you. And so I hope then and go, after this vivid description and be emotionally attached to it, and it falling from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, that is when you begin to build visual representations of it. This is where vision boarding come. So you see, there are certain goals. You don't just set goals and then you create vision boards and you just live it. Vision boards are a tool. It's not the end in itself. I hope you understand. And so this is where now you build a different vision, a visual representation of who you think you are. So you must know that you are good, you are excellent, you are wonderful, made in the image and likeness of God. You are a masterpiece. You are loved by God, and He sees your genius, and He sees that you're a creative and innovative and smart person. You don't have to fall down to the identity that you are imposed on, okay, that is imposed on you. Okay, you don't have to fall to it. And so you have to build a new paradigm for yourself, and that is how you begin to confidently live purposefully and let go of the beliefs that was given to you as a child. I hope this helps you to build a better self-image for yourself. And so if you have any question, put it in the comment section. Let me know if you want clarification on anything that I've spoken about, and I'll be happy to help you understand it so that you can fearlessly live purposefully. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. So I'll come back again to support you to discover your purpose and fearlessly live it. Look forward to the next video. Bye.